Well, let's get some more times where you can be right, and we'll jump into our first set of topics. We're going to start off with the Rocket League qualifiers for North America. There's a big event this past weekend, qualifying North American combatants to get into the major. We're going to do a quick rundown of the winners, the prize pools, and go from there. So let's start there. We're going to just cut straight to the chase on this one. Congratulations, Gen G Mobile One Racing, picking up first place with a cool 21 grand as their prize. Also picking up 20 RLCS points, which is going to really help those that circuit at the end of the season, or even just the qualifier for the majors coming up. A big shout out to G2 Stride, walking away with 12 grand, and Space Station Gaming, tying for third and fourth with the Snowmen. Overall, you know, I got to watch it. It was a pretty standard affair. It wasn't too exciting, except for this one specific play. But I'm not sure if, Nick, you got any chance to catch this game? This tournament,
I did not for Rocket League, not this weekend. I was a little bit preoccupied.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've read a couple of the articles and stuff like that, so it's it's pretty good. And Gen G just really having a lot of wins across esports this year.
Right. They're really having a good stride. Some of these organizations you can really see coming across the board. There's been a bit of a consolidation, a bit of a free form in esports overall, but it's nice to see the powerhouse organizations come back and just keep at it, keep at the grind. Here's a list of all the teams that were competing. The top 16, G2 Stride, Moist Esports. I believe Moist Esports isn't Moist Critical's esport, is it?
Yeah, no, that's his. Moist Esports,
it is his.
Yeah, for them. I don't know how competitive they are in Rocket League, but I know that their team is extremely competitive for apexlegends. So
right, and I think that was an organization that specifically went after apexlegends, if I recall correctly. But they did pretty well here. They top 16 this qualifier, so I think it means they net some decent points to get into further competitions, and hopefully walked away with some better money. Let's see what prize money for 5-16 was. Well, some people walked away with $300. Wow, they really placed a lot of money all the way down there. But Moist Criticals,
give you some.
Moist Criticals, Moist Esports came out with $1,800 and 5 circuit points. Not too shabby.
They're gonna have to subsidize their employees' paychecks with the $1,800. But it's Ludwig and Moist Critical are both owners of the team, so they got the money.
Yeah, this was something we were talking about last week, where it's nice to see these streamers come into the community, these competitive communities, and start organizations like this, almost to the degree of Nadeshot. Nadeshot's more of a businessman now, but it is what it is, and this is a good cross support for this. But congratulations again to Gen G walking away with the bag here, first place. G2 number 2. See if they can switch that up, put some fire under their butts to step it up. But I wanted to spotlight specifically a play as I get this queued up and ready. Something that happened over this past weekend. It was quite the highlight, quite the exciting bit. But I'm going to start us with let me start us with the clip. All right, Nick, are you ready for this most butt-clenching, seat-grabbing Rocket League clip?
It's crazier than the last clip that you showed me. Like the last clip that we showed on the podcast was absolutely insane. It looked like it was done by like ChatGPT, honestly.
Well, this one's got a little bit of a curve, and enough of the hype. Let's get right to it. Pop in this, go full screen, and let's hit play. So let's run this. So it's a little bit hard to see first off what's going on here, but here's the replay. Joyo with the air dribble brings us down to the ground, uses the ground as a bounce impact to deflect it past the defenders.
Interesting. So we're going to see a lot more of this, it looks like.
A lot more. What was that?
Like, basically, here's what I'm getting out of this. Rocket League is wild. This shit just became Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, everybody's up in the air. Like, that's it. Like, everybody's just juggling everything in the air right now.
It's been like that. It's been like that, my guy. And like,
yeah,
it is
not that impressive. And now I'm feeling like if you can't do this, you might as well just not play the game.
Well, I'm sure, like in I'm sure in a lot of other competitive games, they, there's different ways to play the game, right? You look at people who play real soccer, an 8-year-old game is 10 of them running after the ball all in one spot. Whereas you look at college or professional, they're spread out. They got the strategy. And I think this is the equivalent here. But this play is, the creativity is off the wall here. The technical feat here, I can't say I comprehend or understand, but the interesting part about this is that Joyo was just signed to this team, Oxygen, I think Oxygen Esports, and I don't even think I saw them place anywhere on the thing. But either way, like, he comes out with this play, super creative, super ingenious, but like, it kind of feels like it's no technical, like, bigness, no grandness, no grandeur. Either way, I still think it's super impressive. It's not a big flashy move like the one we saw. And I think some people online agreed with it, because if I switch up screens real quick, just to do a little compare and contrast, we've got the play from last time that we're talking about. Here's the overtime situation. Here comes the play highlight. And people were comparing Joyo's play, the highlight we just saw, to this one by Daniels. And like, there's definitely a lot more technical and knowledge and flashiness with the air dribble and the flip resets in stride over the defenders on the grand finals. But I love the creativity. I love the creativity from the last one by Joyo.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like one person is just is like master. It's like the sensei versus the disciple. Between the two clips, like, that's the way that they feel. Really, like, one. If the last guy, what was the last guy's name that we just showed?
Joyo.
Yeah, so like, if Joyo tried to show off in front of the second clip, that guy would get up and be like, "Let me just show you real quick how it's done." Is it really like what it looks like? But I mean, this is the second time now that we see somebody basically just like really juggling for a really important part of the game. Maybe they just gotta patch it or something. It doesn't. I don't know how good it is for the game if everybody's just doing that. You know what I mean? But I don't actually play the game. So
it's kind of crazy in that way, because, like, if I'm the sensei playing a bunch of students, I'll be able to do this easier because the students don't know how to defend against this. And you saw there, Joyo makes a defender miss and then makes 2 miss on the shot there. So I don't think this was grand finals level degree of difficulty, of pressure, but this was North America Qualifiers tournament. He just joined the team about earlier this month, and he makes this play through it. So I think air dribbling and the air play, I think it's fine, but I think you also, have the defenders that have to, like, level up with it. And I think this was kind of a lower bracket game, if that makes sense. But I still enjoyed it. I thought the creativity was off the charts for this one, using the ground. How novel. We're going to use the ground in car soccer.
Yeah, he donkey kicks it in there, right? Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. And I thought it warranted enough to look at, because it was something you don't really see. And it did kind of flex that creativity along with the technical skill of the air dribble, like you said. And if anything, it might speak about the defenders not defending.